Hello, my loves. Happy Wednesday. Of course, I'm looking for my cord because as soon as I push live, my battery popped up. Why would it be any other way? You know, you'd think I'd learn after a while, but I am so excited to come on here and chat with you quickly today. I have really missed Woo Woo Wednesday, and I'm going to be a little bit truthful and really super raw today and just kind of put it all out there because somebody actually sent me a message yesterday and said, Amanda, I've followed you for a while and your page has changed. Your page has changed over the last month or so, and I don't exactly know what it is, but something's different, and I just wanted to make sure that you are okay. And it literally brought me to tears, obviously, because I cry over everything, but it brought me to tears because she's so right, you guys. My psyche has been jacked this last month for some reason, and I've really tried to share that in an open and honest way with you guys without being negative about it, or trying my best to do that anyways. I've dealt with anxiety and depression a good portion of my life. I can remember it being an issue when I was a teenager, and in the middle of my life, it really wasn't that big of a deal. When I got pregnant, I went off all of the medicines that I was taking, and then after I had my son, I was hit over the head like 900 tons of bricks with postpartum depression. And I really struggled with it because it didn't look at all what I thought postpartum depression was going to look like. It didn't, I was able to function, but I was crying all the time, and I just could not get that worry and that fear feeling. I couldn't overcome that. And it wasn't until my husband actually looked at me and said, this is not okay. Like, you are not okay. I love you enough to say you are not okay and you need to get some help. It took that for me to look at the situation and be like, wow, I guess this is postpartum depression. I guess that is what this is. Because like I said, it didn't look like what I expected it to look like. And I'm a nurse. I went through, a lot of training on that. But for me personally, it was really hard for me to see that. And so I very quickly got back on medication for that after having him, and things kind of leveled out. Mommyhood, has been rough, but I always had that very small dosage of antidepressant, and that really has done an amazing job at managing my systems and managing, my system and my symptoms. And I'm really a huge advocate for moms doing that. There is such a huge stigma sometimes around the need, quote unquote, for medication, because there are so many different ways that you can manage depression and anxiety. However, there comes a time when you really have to look at your quality of life and the things that you're trying to manage, and basically how you're feeling. How are you feeling about life? And is that worth you having to take something every day? Because for me, it is 100%, guys. I'd like to think I'm as woo-woo and natural as it gets. I love all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if something is going to help me manage my life better, it's going to help me be a better mom, a better wife, and quite honestly, keep my shit together, then yeah, I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to use it. So that's been, across the board. This past year has been very tumultuous for our family. We've had a ton of changes, but still, I've done a really good job of managing my symptoms, and it really hasn't become an issue. This last month has been really shitty, and for some reason, that depression and that anxiety hit me again like that 900 tons of bricks all over again. And I was weepy all the time. I was having panic attacks again. And even just saying that doesn't feel true to who I am. I am still in the process of kind of feeling like a stranger a little bit to myself right now. And I'm getting back on track, and I'm getting back into the things that I know that I need in order to thrive. But That is why my page may feel a little bit different right now, guys, because in all honesty, I feel different right now. I feel completely out of sorts with myself and with my highest good and my source. I'm really taking some time to reconnect and figure out how to get back to that normal state for me. Okay. I did call and I asked to up my medication, and I really struggled with that. But guys, at the end of the day, like I said, that is something that right now, that's what I need. And I can either be miserable and make everyone around me miserable and push through it, or I can say something's not right here and I need some help. And right now, something's not right and I need some help. So it's been a little bit on that, and I am starting to feel a little bit better. But my main thing for coming on here today was to share with you guys the things that, and I've talked about apps before that I really love, but the 3 things that have really helped me slow my mind down, take care of that panicked feeling when your heart starts racing. For me, I always feel like I can't get a deep breath, like I'm yawning, trying to like get that huge deep breath. And for some reason, I just feel like I can't get that deep breath. And these few things really help me take control of that. So the first thing, and these are all apps that I've shared before, but the first thing is the podcast called Hay House Guided Meditations. If you are not utilizing the podcast app on your phone, whether you have Android or iPhone, you're really missing out on a lot. Podcasts are completely free. They are an amazing resource for all kinds of things, woo-woo and non-woo-woo. But Hay House is my go-to for anything when it comes to this. And they have an entire podcast dedicated just to guided meditations. You can have, a whole handful of practitioners who have their own style, their own voice. Play around with it, find someone you love. Right now, my favorite guy is called David G. He's like this old hippie surfer guy, and I don't know what it is about his voice, but he just mellows me out like you would not believe. I absolutely love him. So if you're looking for a mellow person, David G would definitely be one of those to check out. But check out Hay House Guided Meditations on the podcast app. And I've really tried to commit myself to doing 2 of those a day. And when I find one that I like, I do it a couple times until it doesn't feel like it's working that well anymore. But there's so many to choose from, guys. You could never run through all of them. They're constantly adding new ones, and you can go back really, really far in their archives. The second thing is that my husband got me an Apple Watch for Mother's Day. And I don't know if you guys have Apple Watches, but there's actually an app on there called Breathe. And it sends you a reminder to breathe, which is kind of crazy, but it actually does like these little tiny ticks on your arm like this to remind you to like breathe in really deeply, and then it slows down to remind you to breathe out and breathe in really deeply and breathe out. And it just kind of helps you regulate your breath in and out and in and out. And you can set it for like 30 seconds, a minute, so that it's going off here on your wrist. And it really helps me to be present. It helps me to regulate my breathing and get out of that panicked feeling of not being able to get a deep breath. And then the third thing that I wanted to tell you about is called Calm. And this is an app that does also a lot of guided meditations, but my favorite thing on there is also called Breathe. And it's just like that app on my Apple Watch, but it's on your iPhone. So if you don't have an Apple Watch. And the thing that I love best about that is it's like, when you hear those crystal bowls, or like people put water in glass and they they run their finger around the edge, that noise, it's super calming and super soothing for some reason. And so that is playing in the background, and you watch a circle on your screen. So it tells you to breathe in for half the circle, and then it changes color, and it tells you to breathe out for half the circle, and breathe in, and then it changes color, and breathe out. And that really, really helps me just stay present, get control of my emotions, and be in the present moment. Because anxiety really is getting stuck in either thoughts of the future or thoughts of the past, right? When you are in the present moment, there's very few times that you are actually feeling anxious in the present moment that you're at. Generally, anxiety is dealing with a whole different space, right? So those are the things that really help me stay present, regulate my breathing, and get out of that funk. So I hope those help you. I am really trying so hard to get back on track with my Woo Woo Wednesdays, guys. If there is something that really fills me up, it's these things. But I feel like I can't come on and talk to you about these things when I'm not 100% in my own woo-woo, if you will. So that's why sometimes they're not happening every week. But I am really doing my best to share with you exactly what's going on, not just share the highlight reel, to actually give you a glimpse into my life and the real struggles that are going on. And I'm a real person. This is the real deal. You know, I'm not happy all the time. It's not all rainbows and unicorns and glitter here at my house. We do have real issues. I have real issues, and just trying to get past it the best I can, you know? So the last thing that I wanted to tell you guys is I am super excited about my accountability group that's starting on Monday. In March, I think it was, we did a self-love accountability group, and it was by far my favorite accountability group that I have ever run in my coaching career in all 4 years of doing groups. We focused on affirmations, we focused on journaling, we focused on nutrition, we focused on moving our bodies every day. We focused on really cultivating that feeling of self-acceptance and self-love. And I know for me personally, that's what I'm trying to focus on for myself right now and pull myself together. So I'm bringing all that back from the archives, and we are absolutely doing a self-love accountability group. And that starts on Monday. So if you feel like you could benefit from having an atmosphere of women who are all working on self-love, if you're looking to start your fitness journey, or you're looking to clean up your nutrition, if you're looking to get into affirmations and just really start exploring yourself a little bit more and really start accepting and loving yourself, that might be an awesome thing for you, and I would love to talk to you about it. So thank you for joining, guys. I hope that you check out those apps and they help you, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.